Yeah, today's lab is Maxa Design's brush up, and yeah, again, the focus is going to be common issues and problems that people brought to me, and some other tips and tricks to help you keep going. I'm going to mute everybody, but feel free to unmute yourself at any moment and interrupt with any question, whatever it may be. All right, so first things first, let me share my screen here. And okay, let's take a look at what people are using this for. And as you can see over here, this is our all-time list. Lot of property flyers and social media posts. These two things appear to be, they have the most numbers of designs attributed to them. And then, business cards is, of course, in there. And then I forget what the other is, but that's smaller things and door signs and what have you. Traffic's been pretty regular, a few spikes in there, but yeah, there's about 19 folks that are really doing most of the heavy lifting here. One of the first areas I want to cover is in compliance. It's like, why do we do that? Why is there turnaround time? And the compliance team comprises of Josh, myself, Kristen, and Rebecca. And again, you got to allow us 24 hours to approve that design. We usually get to it faster, but that is our standard in. Now, one of the first things about compliance that we one of the first things about compliance is like, well, what do you mean? Can't I just approve any flyer, like you upload something? And let's review something here. Let's say it's like my daughter that she drew this really cool clown, and I want to put it with the flyer. And one of the first things is like, yeah, I mean, that's not exactly what we're using the technology for. And we want to encourage you to use, high quality pictures, and or you have thousands of copyright free photos, millions, sorry, right at your fingertips. So, I mean, look, we love the clown, we love the creativity of the daughter, but why don't we just do something more basic back here, just as an example? If I type in living room, yeah, I just need something like to show up in the background, and yeah, something that gives the feel of like a house. And okay, also, this is another thing, when you're selecting your pictures, think about whether it's portrait or landscape. I know it's a real basic thing, but in these auto sizing windows, when you're trying to stretch an image up that won't fit there, it might not look great. And so here's another key thing. When we're going in for the replace, we don't just drag and drop the image out of here, because then it will sit on top of the image. We want to click, and then we see this awesome replace image thing. That's how you know it's going to populate behind the design element. And so let's just pick something, I don't know, what about this sofa here, just as an example. It's gonna pop in. My awesome internet. I hope I didn't drop off. Okay, and you're like, well, it's a little big. Oh, that's easy. Here, look, we got a transform button right here. Let's tamp it down a little bit. Good. Oh, look. Already, you can slide, oh, not that one, go back. You can slide it around a little bit, get a different spot. And again, these could have been professional photos that you took. It could be your face, or anything back over in your stock photos. Again, millions of things to choose from. And yeah, that's why we just want to have like a quick eye on it. Because sometimes people put in like clip art that they found online, or something like where the resolution is way too low. So we just, have a quick eye on it, and then, because the logo's going out on it, we just take a quick peek. All right, no questions so far, so let's keep rolling on. Okay. So among the many things that that you could be designing, various chocolate factories, Carol Baskin's house, Dracula's house, whatever it is. Again, I was just showing you the replace image thing. One of the most common items is, how come when I put the image in, it didn't go in the right spot? So we're going to play around with that right here. So let's create a new flyer. These are the agent teams ones. So they've got 2 agents. I'm going to go into a property flyer. Let's see. I just want a simple. Here we go. Let's just try this open house one right here. All right. So let's say I'm listing my, there was somebody's dream house. It's got a lot of cool features in it. I already have some photos ready to go. Okay, so we're excited. What are we gonna do? Oh man, I wanna drop in, oh, it's Kristen. Is that cool clown? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Here's the front of it. Let's just put it in right there. Uh-oh, wait, it didn't go to that wide thing. What's going on? What if I make it bigger? Oh no, this isn't working at all. Now, again, the first issue we had here is that you gotta click its target destination, and then again, replace image. What I did there was just delete it off the thing, but luckily, because it's a pretty robust service that we're using, anything you upload sticks in there. So now it's in there. So look, we can just do it right from here. Click on the image, or click the target destination there. It says replace image, pow, fills right in the back. And just like with these other things, you can do it from the upload. All you gotta do ahead of time is click there. I think I want the hot tub on that side. So let's see, replace image. We're gonna go back to our dream house folder. And I'm like, yeah, there's the hot tub, boom. And so on and so forth. Wait, let me just put the arcade in there because we're already this far. Yay. Okay. And like I said too, maybe you start to get into it and you're like, oh, maybe this is the wrong template because I have a few more photos, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this is the right look or whatever. Again, there'll be whatever design that you open up, they'll be stored in this my uploads section. Yeah, just like starting over too, you're like, I don't like that. We open up a totally different template, it'll be there, which is handy for everybody. Let's see. Oh, this one here. Somebody asked about replacing your personal logo. It's like, oh, I don't work for Ketchup anymore. That's outdated. What do we do? You could just upload its own independent image, but Maxa packages it for you. So what you got to do is go into your account information. Yeah, we can leave that. Scroll to the bottom. Ketchup. Yeah, no, I used to work for them. Get rid of that. And then we're looking for our new logo. There it is. Awesome. Yep, that's what it is now. Save it. And then just like the old logo, it will repopulate to all of your new designs. Or if you have a saved design, you could go back in. Let me just get rid of that. See, oh yeah, look, see, it's asking whether I want to drop it as a replace target. No. It's my personal logo. So we're just going to drop that down there. Like so. Same with your profile photo and same with any information that you put in. I didn't put a mobile in there, but the office pops in. All you got to do is change it in the original account area, and then it will repopulate all of those different things. Does anybody have any questions so far?
You're doing a great job.
I have a question.
Yep.
Do you have to have the Rebel logo if you right next to your own logo, like at the bottom here, since the Rebel logo is already up top? I thought that the compliance logo situation was that your logo definitely couldn't be bigger than theirs, but they also had to be like next to each other so that the public could tell.
From what I understand, it just has to be on there. I'm not aware of it having to be right next to it unless you're doing like signs. But I believe on flyers, or postcards, as long as it's on there with it, within the same line of sight and the same size, you should be just fine. It's basically to stop, and I'm just gonna name it, but some big companies, the people were making the brokerage logo microscopic and the team logo so large that it looked like they were their own brokerage. And this was all over the state. So it was just to eliminate confusion. I think as long as you're on the same side of a postcard or flyer and you're the same size, there should not be a compliance issue to my knowledge.
What about fair housing logo and equal, all that, those two little logos?
Oh, that's a good question.
They probably should be on there. I'm not where I can see, but yeah, we should probably add those on with Maxa.
Oh,
We actually talked to them, so I'm not sure why they're not on all of them, but they should be, but I can't because of the, let's see. I guess it's not on this one. That will be something I'll repeat with them because yes, that needs to be on there.
fair housing logo. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. So today it's the day of talking to Maxa and seeing why they're not all on there. We talked about that in the very beginning, but now that I'm seeing it's not on all of them.
Gotcha. All right.
On everything that goes out, right? The fair housing logo?
It is safest to do that, yes.
Okay.
That should be pretty easy for them to handle. Okay, couple other small things to deal with here. This is something that some folks were telling me that they were getting annoyed at, is that these text parts are disconnected.
Yes.
So when you retype them, or you're like, oh no, there's 10, and you got to scoot it around a lot. I know it's a real basic thing, but I've noticed a lot of folks when they're showing me this example, it's like you gotta I always need to get in close to these things. It does help, I have to say, and it's just a little practice at it. But yeah, these text boxes are disconnected. You can easily see where they are. It just takes a little bit of massaging, and then also, sometimes resizing can help you out a little bit. But again, you should probably keep everything at the same font size once you decide. Other detail is that these don't spell check or grammar check. So again, highly recommend if you're pulling it from somewhere else, run it through a word processor or just even a Google Docs window. They can be tricky with that. Oh, and then yeah, the other thing is people seem to keep getting confused about whether they have to use Max's service. And again, no, they recommend it. But look, I will go to commercial print. Actually, no, that has the bleed marks on it. We're just going to do a regular PDF. Oh, yeah, it doesn't like my image sizes. Again, biggest images possible. These should be okay for flyer size, but you want to avoid that pixelation that happens. All right, we have to submit it for compliance. Hey, there's a high five button. And then I go into admin. Just for now, we're going to approve it, just so I can show you back on the other side. It's like, yay, you, wait, it was this one. Yay, you did it. And then you just go into the options and download. And you want the standard document. And you can download it from there. But there's also the print shop that you can go into. And I think, I'm sorry, I skipped by the dialog window. The thing that was confusing people is that there was a print shop button instead of the download button. So if you want to bypass like looking at their store, you can still look at their prices, but most folks I've talked to export it as a PDF and they take it to Vistaprint. That's been working. And then Mike was using, what was it? Something Pelican? Cardboard Pelican? I forget. I can send that out after this. But has anybody else used a different service than either of those two? I don't think anybody's used the native print provided with Maxa. Maybe we'll do that as a test one time. Okay.
I mean, those are for, nicer postcards and things like that. You are still welcome to use our office printer for, the normal printouts for your flyer box.
I think I did business cards in Maxa. I think it was fine.
Okay. Perfect.
Good to know. Okay, that's about all I had. If there's any other questions or anything else.
Yeah, do y'all have any questions that you're dealing with Maxa?
Can you make a live link in these things?
I believe for the social media posts, you can. I will double check on that though. You should be able to embed them into the PDFs, but obviously not the printable ones. But you should for social media. But I can double check on that for you.
Yeah, like if you made something for social media or
Totally.
There's supposed to be a link that you just share on there, and it posts the picture. But Kai will look into that, and we'll get back to that.
Live link and social post. Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody for attending, and yeah, I'm going to turn it over to Kristen.
All right.
Hold
You
on.
could
Yeah.
share the screen. We'll get I know Meg wants to get on, so I'm gonna wait for her.